Alright everyone, we are back to go big or go home. Alright, we've got these last 3 maps to get through. Good old balance, double HP Moabs, covered gardens, medium standard, and sunken columns, also medium standard because these 2 maps are assholes. Well, not this one as much, but it can be a massive pain if you, get it, pain, if the windows get in your way. So, let's keep going. It's not extreme mode, and there's very limited selection of towers, so we really don't have to worry about anything, because supposedly this combination will suffice. Right. So, I want a boat probably here. So long as it can see the middle of the map, that's good enough, and let's hit start. This map is actually quite ideal for this sort of situation because they have to do a loop around the middle quite a few times. I don't know the exact number, but they do have to go around the middle quite a few times before they can exit and leave out the other side, so the boat has just enough time to destroy them with its amazing amount of pierce. Right, that should make things even easier, and now we should be all caught up and ready to continue. This is essentially like, well, I mean, it's basically like chimps. You just start off with a shit amount of cash and on round 6, but to be fair, didn't really slow us down here. Then we'll put Pat in the middle, because honestly, what else would we put in the middle? Most of them can't fit. In fact, I don't even know if a Spike Factory can fit. If a Spike Factory could fit, then yeah, even then, what's the argument to putting a Spike Factory in the middle of the map, unless it's like a middle path? I don't know, but genuinely, can Pat actually fit in the middle? Oh no! The big boy can't even fit! Oh, I guess that's to be expected. Alright, fine. Be on the outside. That's okay. That's okay. So long as he can sort of swing at the middle, that's alright. We can work with that. We can work with that. Right. I think next we'll just get Hotshot, slowly develop into our boat, and if we really need to, we could just get a hook for the first Moab. And then we'll definitely be given enough time to prepare for all the other future Moabs. Which sounds great. Also, this is more of a personal story. This isn't about the game or anything to do with my YouTube or anything like that, but very sad news. I've been trying to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially the best free-to-play version of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is digital and is the closest thing to the actual card game without playing the actual card game. It is basically one-to-one identical. The only awkward part is that you have to, you know, play the game, beat people, make your deck, buy new packs and shit like that. So if you're running a deck from like a few months ago and they've released new cards and new support, or they've changed up the ban list or something, you're probably going to be quite far behind, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. My rank has dropped to Rookie 2. I believe that is the lowest rank in the game. And not only that, but I've played multiple games with my Blue Eyes deck. Didn't win at all. And that is the shit thing about a game that dies off pretty quickly after launch. I think it was launched, what, at the start of last year? I think? Either the start of last year or the start of this year. Either way, it was launched relatively recently. And then the only problem is the whole competitive side of things is like you get dropped down a little bit after each season, but eventually, if you leave it long enough like me, you drop down right to the bottom, and then for some reason perpetually at the bottom of the leaderboards and the bottom of the ranks is always going to be people that are either Smurf accounts or they're just getting back into the game as well, and they've got a much better deck than me. I'm not gonna lie. And I think the biggest problem, well, it's not really a problem, but it's the reason that most people will get slaughtered regardless of what competitive rank they are in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I'm not really selling this as a great game, am I? But this is just what I've been experiencing. But this is the biggest thing. People are fucking sheep. That is by far the worst part about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, is people are the biggest sheep on the planet. One person releases an ultra amazing deck list for how to fucking one-shot everybody in Master Duel, or have an unstoppable board in one turn, regardless of if you're going first or second. And immediately, like, 500,000 people on Master Duel are just like, that's my deck, I'm making that, done. And then they literally just slaughter. Whereas if everybody made a deck that they think is good, it's the same thing with Hearthstone, actually, now that I think about it. If you make a deck that you think is good, that runs, you know, only cards that you've personally found to be useful, or, you know, your own idea of a good deck, it's probably not going to look like anyone else's, because it's a bit more unique. And, you know, there's probably a lot of cards you're unaware of. But, for the most part, that's your deck. You built it, well done you. Whereas if you see like 500 different clones of the same other deck, not looking at anyone in particular, Eldritch, admittedly, yeah, you're gonna rise through the ranks and fucking slaughter, but I don't know. I'm just bored and I suck, so I lose. Trying to make my own Blue Eyes deck without looking up other people's guides and stuff. And by all means, looking up other people's guides isn't a problem. It's just a shame that less people are choosing to be creative. Yes, that's the nicest way to put it. Alright, anyway, that's my little story out of the way. Okay, I think we're good. Also, I don't know if I've talked about this with you guys before, but at work today, and now let me tell you something. At work today, there are stations, and they're called Rack 1 all the way through to Rack 11, right? Out of every single one of those stations, there is an absolute worst. I don't know if there's an absolute best. I have not decided that yet. But there is definitely an absolute worst. Now you might think, Rack 1 through 11, it's probably Rack 1 or 11, right? Being at the start or being at the end typically sucks. Same thing with, oh, actually it's the opposite with the Human Centipede, isn't it? Yeah, being at the start or the end of the Human Centipede is... Well, no, at the end of the Human Centipede really fucking sucks. You want to be at the start of the Human Centipede, really. It's a weird concept. But, anyway, let's not talk about that. I don't know where that came from. I still haven't watched the second and the third movies, but I feel like I need to at one point, because I've already watched the first one. I'm already committed. Anyway. Back to what I was saying. Sorry, I get distracted easily. So yeah, Rack 1 through to Rack 11. There's only one shit rack. You would think it would be one of the ends, but it's not. Just like the Human Centipede, it's actually one of the ones in the middle. Rack 3 is the worst. Now let me give you a little bit of a rundown for why that is, right? So, before Rack 1, there is boxes. Someone has to make the box. Someone has to put a freezer bag in the box. And then it goes to Rack 1. Then Rack 1 puts the ice in, hands it over to Rack 2. Rack 2 puts whatever shit they need to put in, hands it over to Rack 3. Rack 3 has to seal the bag. What is with this lag? Why am I lagging so much? Do I have something open? What is happening right now? Holy shit. Yeah, this lag is absolutely awful. Hold on. Just a second. Can I fix this somehow? What is actually happening? My PC is freaking the fuck out on me. Exit. Just closing some apps. Don't mind me. But yes, so I, luckily, dodged a bit of a bullet today. I was placed on Rack 4. Now, after Rack 3, and the sealing of the bags issue. Essentially, the problem with the sealing of the bags is that the bags are shit and they don't seal. And people order a fuck ton of stuff, and we have very small bags. So you can imagine how overfilling a bag and then trying to seal it, even though it's, you know, pretty shit at sealing already, could be a bit of an issue. But then, once Rack 3's done with that, passes it to Rack 4. Rack 4 throws their shit in. Rack 5 throws their shit in. Rack 6 throws their shit in. So on and so forth all the way to 11. It's great. Love that. 3 is literally the only terrible rack. And guess which rack I got given today? Rack 4! Fuck yeah! Ah, that was brilliant. That was the start to my day. You know, getting Rack 4, being like, thank fuck. Absolutely dodged a bullet. Suck shit person on Rack 3. I'm not you. Right? Excuse me, that looks still very much, thank you. Okay, I don't know what is up with BTD6 right now, but that was certainly not an Apache Dart ship for the longest time. Something's weird. Maybe if I back out and then go back in, it'll hopefully fix itself or something. Something's weird. Anyway, so yeah, started off Rack 4. Bloody brilliant. Loved that. Best start to my day I've had in a while, right? And they have thrown me on Rack 3. I have witnessed this pain for myself. I'm not just saying this because other people are saying it, or, you know, I'm over-exaggerating or anything. No, Rack 3 typically is the fucking worst. But yes, start of my day, Rack 4, loved it. Absolutely loved it. The guy on Rack 3 was really good at it too. He was like fucking top tier shit. Like destroying Rack 3 for how much of a pain it was. Insanely good at it. And he honestly, he's been on Rack 3 for so many other times before. I think we've all just agreed that he's master of Rack 3 and thus no one will take that from him. Which is completely fair. I don't want to take it from him, he can keep it. But then we hit lunch. And typically at lunch, nothing changes. You go out, you have your lunch, come back in, go back to where you were, finish the job, donezo, goodbye, go home, get paid, you know? Money, money, money. All that good stuff. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. We went out for lunch, came back in, and suddenly my name was on Rack 3. And the person that was on Rack 3 is suddenly on Rack 4. And I was like, you sure you meant to do that? Someone messing with me? Is this a joke, or? Nope. I was put onto Rack 3 for some reason. And what do you know? Progress slowed down to a very nice and gentle stop. Multiple times throughout the day. And I kept saying to them, like, I don't know which one of you thinks I'm a positive influence on Rack 3, but you need to fucking learn. Because you're wrong. But yes, last half of the day was very slow as shit, but got there in the end. Got there in the end. And then once I had finished work, I came outside, I was like, whew. Alright, time to see if anyone can pick me up, sort of thing. Typically they can. I was told today, you know, just send a message and they'll come pick me up whenever. So I did that. Sent the message. Didn't get a reply. At all. For a while. So then I called a while. You know, typically, like, you wait, like, you know, maybe 5 to 10 seconds to see if someone's gonna pick up for a call. I waited a good 20 to 30, because it was my mum who, let's face it, not really all that amazing with technology. Plus, she was driving at the time, so it was gonna take her a while anyway. For her to find a place to stop and call. Luckily, my dad was in the car, so he picked up and put her on the phone. And I found out that I wasn't getting picked up, so I had to walk after waiting like 30 minutes already. So, you know, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely not their obligation to pick me up. I can most certainly walk home. I just wish I knew ahead of time. Would have been nice. Anyway. Oh, regrows, they're all dead. Cool. Anyway, that has been essentially my day. Got to walk home. Took the shortest route possible. Listened to some dope-ass music. Mainly the Hades main theme soundtrack. God, that's a good one. You think the song's over and then it starts playing what you can only assume is another song, but it's still just as kick-ass. It's pretty great. But yeah, made it home. No big deal really. And I'm alive, so that's good too. But yes, 'tis a shame about the whole Master Duel thing. It is a real shame because it feels like now, in order for me to even have a chance of winning, I need to copy someone else's deck and sort of become a sheep as well. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, like, keep losing indefinitely. At least that's how it feels. It's a really shitty feeling. And yeah, there is the other side of the equation where I could just not do ranked and I could just do, you know, casual play, but there is, like, fuck all rewards for doing casual play at all. There's just nothing. Bone dry casual players. Okay, cool. Next. Covered Gardens. Now, once again, I think last time I said something along the lines of just get a heli on both of these maps and you'll be good. So we're gonna try and do that. Okay, we can place Pat immediately, but I don't really know how that's gonna help us much. I guess we could place Mia. It's not a terrible spot. Not a great one, but it'll do. It's round 1 anyway, so hopefully... Oh my god, Pat, please don't fail me round 1. Thank you. Such a good monkey. Such a good monkey. I knock on the glass. Alright, what do I go for now? 2 lives lost. That's okay. I feel like I want to put a boat like here, but that's probably a terrible idea. Let's do one here, just to save the lives. Yeah, see, this, like many other maps I find in this game, are actually, you know, meant to be a difficulty tier above where they actually are. So, like, I think this is either beginner or intermediate, and this should most certainly be, like, advanced. Maybe it's not too bad, because you've got these big open areas here, but if these plants were a little bit closer to the left, and you couldn't place, like, a heli in this area, yeah, definitely an advanced map. 100%. And it annoys me, because you can put, like, massive fucking things in here. But then you try and place any of that shit on this side, nothing. Like, I just want a single Spectre to be able to fit there. Is that so much to ask? Okay. Not awful yet. To be honest, I probably could have sped this up by selling something. Nice. Okay. Now, do I continue saving to reach a heli, which I could guarantee will start us off quite well here? Yeah, I may as well. Because I feel like sunken columns, while it is a pain in the ass, it's not, you know, restricting me from placing towers anywhere. It's just giving me shit places to put them, aka the middle. Right. Should be fine, because now we have cheat codes. Thank God. I think at the very least you should be able to, like, click on a tower, and if the pane goes over it, then you can stay clicked on it, but if you click off, then you can't click back on it, sort of thing. I feel like you could at least give that one courtesy. You know? Admittedly, I can see the reason why you wouldn't, because that would make this map quite easy, but it wouldn't make it the easiest thing in the world for challenges and things. Especially if you try and make them spread out and use multiple different towers. It is still quite painful. Okay, there we go. Hammer detection sorted. We'll get razor rotors to sort out lead as well. And then all will be good. Does anyone even play Battles 2 anymore? I'm just asking, because I saw it had an update the other day. I never really cared for Battles 2, I always preferred Battles 1. Similarly to Overwatch and Prototype, actually. Overwatch 1, way better. Prototype 1, I can't say it was way better, because I haven't finished Prototype 2, but in my opinion, it seems like the main character's a bit cooler, at least, in Prototype 1. Prototype 2 just seems like you're some military guy that unluckily got chosen by Alex Mercer to be the next freak show. Whereas in Prototype 1, you didn't have a choice, and that was kind of your drive. I'm gonna do this. Shit. You know what I would like to see in this map? Obviously not the big panes themselves, but the individual panes costing like 250 to remove. You know? And then just like a hammer falls from the sky and fucking drops on one of them. Just smashes out this tiny little square here. And then obviously that would now shift around the map, and you'd have to figure out exactly which squares you want to constantly have available in each different section, you know? Oh, come on. Alright. If we're gonna do this, then we're gonna need to at least go bottom path. So we'll go with the middle and then go for never miss, I think. It's the only way I'll enjoy this tower, is if it's somehow right in the middle of the map. Okay, come on, and boom, you can contribute now, properly. But yeah, don't get me wrong, Overwatch 2 is still fun, but you don't play it to earn rewards or skins anymore, which was the entire reason you played Overwatch 1. So, you know, a lot of the drive has just vanished. Where would I place a super monkey? I feel like just in general there's not a lot of good placements to put anything on this map. Like, putting a super monkey here doesn't really do much for me. Putting on here definitely does nothing for me. Spike balls. Let's get some defense in the back. Oh, didn't even get that. Suppose I could put it here. This is actually a decent spot. Give it some more range before it takes away my ability to upgrade. It's gonna do it. I know it will. Okay, okay. Not too shabby. And the shitty thing is, like, I kind of wanted to place the mortar here, but then I'm like, why would I do that when I can just place it out here? But like, the shit thing is, I feel like 9 times out of 10 on this map, I really do just use the bottom 2 squares. Which sucks, because it means, you know, if any one of these 2 are open, I'm gonna have to wait for my turn. Because I don't use those. I just really don't. Ooh, Dark Knight or Robo Monkey? Let's go Robo Monkey. When we can. I like it. I like the idea. Tech Terror is fun, but I don't know if we'll be able to afford it in time. But yeah, I really would love to see, like, maybe you could limit it as well. I don't know if Ninja Kiwi has the power to do that. They probably do. I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But I would say like, if you were gonna make the individual panes of glass removable for like 250 or 500 or something, make it that you can only remove 2 panes, or even just 1 pane from every big sliding window. That way you can be like, alright, this one needs to always be open, this one needs to always be open, and then this one needs to always be open. So then at the very least you've got like a little teeny section where you can be like, haha, planned ahead, you know? I feel like that'd be interesting. Oh, gimme. Just in time. Admittedly, I don't think I'll need it, but still, spiked mines is great. Love it. Never giving it up as an option. Unless it gets heavily nerfed. Then I will think about it, for sure, for sure. Also, my family's thinking about going paddle boarding again, or as my mother graciously refers to it, waterboarding. I absolutely love it. If now I do the same thing too. Like if there's something that I learn and I learn it wrong, and I learn it wrong and have continued learning it the wrong way for the longest time, it's very hard for me to shake that off and go to, you know, the correct way of saying or doing something. And so for the longest time she kept calling it waterboarding, which, for those of you who do not know, paddleboarding is when you're essentially on an inflatable little surfboard thingy, you have a paddle, and you paddle whilst kneeling, standing, or sitting on said inflatable board. Waterboarding is a torture technique in which typically, what is it? Someone's lying down, they have a bag over their head, and they essentially just get buckets full of water basically poured on their face. The idea with the bag, I imagine, is to keep their face saturated and also have the bag soaking wet so that they never truly feel dry, and so that they don't know when the water is coming, so they can't prepare themselves by holding their breath or being prepared to like drink the water or anything. So it's a very fucked up method of torture, which, you know, according to my mother, we always do on a good old Sunday afternoon when the sun's bright and the waves are nice and slow, you know. But no, we do own quite a... I don't know why this is a thing that happened, but my sister started it, where she wanted to get a paddleboard. Just because she really wanted to... Like, she lives right next to a river, and, you know, it's not illegal for her to do that. Certain rivers and areas are, but, yeah, so she really wanted to just, like, sort of paddle up and down the river, which is completely fine and fair. We're not dead here, right? No? Good. And so, she got one, and then she let my mum try it, and so then my mum got one, and then they let my sister try it, my other sister, and then so she got one. On the face of the fact that we already have 3, I refuse to get one. It is a good time. I have borrowed and utilized the paddle of the boards, and I won't lie, it is a good time, although the last time I went got very much sunburnt, so not looking forward to that. In fact, I haven't been since. But I'm most certainly not gonna buy a board for myself. We've already got fucking 3. I'm not adding to that collection. It just seems weird. So, I don't know when we're gonna go again, but I would like to go. I just need to make sure I don't stay out for longer than like an hour, because I honestly burn so fucking easily. Like, I don't know, if the sun is a 4-wheel drive, I'm like one of the many different bugs that is just fucking ready and willing to be splattered on that windshield, you know? Like, I don't know what it is, but the sun really loves to burn me and try and give me cancer, which isn't great. In general and for me personally. Not a big cancer fan here. I don't imagine there are any. In fact, I think it's a very niche fan base is Cancer. Don't think they're all that popular anywhere. Are we gonna be alright for leads? I don't know if Pat can pop leads. Surely. Pat seems like the type of hero that can pop leads immediately. It's honestly been a while. Would you guys be interested in like a hero review series? Or like a hero overview series or something? Like, I've been thinking about it. Oh, we just got it in time. But I think Pat can pop leads, so that's fine. He just can't see camo. But yeah, I've been thinking about it a bit. Seems like it could be fun, but I don't know if you guys would care or not. I can just start it and see how things go. That'd be interesting. Also, I did read your comments on the last video. Any games that you have recommended, I've added onto my Steam wish list, or it's already been there. For example, I think 7 Days to Die has been there for a while. It just hasn't come on sale anytime soon. But yes, I will try my best to wait for a sale to come up before I purchase them, because let's be honest, at some point in time, everything on Steam goes on sale. They are unbiased where they throw their sales. Admittedly, if a game has newly been released, it's not going to come on sale for a while, which is completely fair. You know, it's a new release, they want you to pay full price, you know, to, you know, give money to the people that made it, and, you know, fucking costs a shit ton of money to make a game. So, yeah, they want money, fair enough. I'm not going to give it to them, I'm going to wait for it to come on sale, but still, I'm not disrespecting the fact that they don't put it on sale immediately. Other than that though, pretty much every game on Steam goes on sale at one point. There's a game that costs $1 on my wish list, and like, almost monthly it comes on sale. I still haven't bought it, I don't know why. Anyway. What was I gonna say after that? I really had something important in mind to say. Oh, come on. What was it? Nah, my brain's malfunctioning. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. What? No! Shit! Did I really just snipe the sell button there? I was trying to click off the tower. Did I just... Fuck. Alright, my bad, my bad. Damn. I was not expecting that to happen, but apparently it did. Alright, are we good for this? We should be. We've got Pat and our heli, and then these balls at the back here can clean up. Nice. But where was I going with that conversation? No idea. Sales, new games not going on sale. But yeah, essentially anytime a game will go on sale on Steam. Right, that's where I was going with this. Yes, Steam is unbiased as to what games go on sale. Obviously, new games, an exception to the rule. They're just new. The devs need some sort of payment, which is fair. Nintendo eShop. Those of you that have viewed the Nintendo eShop at any point in time immediately will probably know what I'm talking about. Nintendo are stingy. Very, very, very stingy. Don't get me wrong, they do have good sales. A lot of the games on the Nintendo eShop, you know, when they go on sale, they go on sale. It's a good sale. Not making fun of that at all. Absolutely love that, in fact. However, if you're trying to buy a specific Nintendo title off of the Nintendo eShop, for example, any Mario game, any Legend of Zelda game, or any big titles just in general, like, what was it? Animal Crossing? Or Super Mario Party, any of those types of games, just in general. If you're trying to buy any of those, Smash Bros, that's probably another one. It will never go on sale for as long as you fucking live. There's no way you will get a discount on those games because they're Nintendo's babies. Those are the real money makers. Those are the reasons all the other games in the Nintendo eShop can go on sale. Is because those assholes don't. Where do I want this guy? Probably here. And that really annoys me. Because let's face it, I really want Super Mario Party or some sort of Mario Party game on my Switch. And I can't get it. Because I refuse to pay that fucking much. Luckily, a thing called eBay exists. And I have lost a lot of money to eBay recently. And by lost, I mean spent. Because holy shit, they've got some good ass deals on there. Like, 99% of the time you go into the shops, or at least in Australia, I don't know about other places in the world, but you go into the shops, you go to the Nintendo games, you find any sort of Mario game or any Legend of Zelda game or anything like that, $80. $80. No more, no less. Just $80, straight up. Can't escape it. You go on eBay, quite a few times you can find the same game for like $50, which is very nice. I love that. And so that's pretty much where I'm going to be constantly ordering my my Nintendo Switch games from. Does that then mean that I have to carry around all those different case boxes and the little, keep swapping out all the little SD drives and all that to keep playing those games? Yes. Does it mean I save $30 though? Also yes. Hell yeah. Absolutely worth. But yeah, just in general, I appreciate Steam for being a little less biased in that regard. Although, who knows, maybe they're not. I have had Half-Life in my wish list for quite a while. Nothing seems to have come of it yet. And is this it? Is this game? This game. Well, there it is. 7 lives left just because these 2 last maps are a bit of a pain, awkward start on. But we smashed it. Didn't even need the mortar. Don't know why they included it, honestly. Didn't even really need the village either. We just kind of used everything else. Alright. Easy enough. There's our rewards. Nice embrittlement and 50 trophies right there. And there we go. That has been Go Big or Go Home by Ninja Kiwi, I guess. So that's part 2 done. There you go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, monkey knowledgeless. So you should have no problems doing a similar strategy to what I just did, if not the same. And if you have monkey knowledge, you'll find this a hell of a lot easier than I did. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.